Deep in the mountains of central Mexico, the Oyamel fir forests are thick with life. Millions of monarchs cling to every branch. Every insect in this cluster just completed a flight of up to 3,000 miles to get here, yet not a single one of them has ever made the trip before. This diagram outlines the 4 stages of development: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. These stages act as a series of biological filters that decide which individuals are fit enough to survive the flight ahead. Long before a monarch can take flight for a continental migration, it has to survive a high-stakes biological test designed to eliminate any individual that isn't perfectly adapted. The first trial begins the moment a female monarch lays her eggs. She deposits hundreds of them, specifically targeting the undersides of milkweed leaves. For the next 4 days, these eggs are static and defenseless. The majority will be consumed by predators or destroyed by parasites before they ever hatch. Because an egg cannot fight or flee, its survival depends entirely on the mother's precision in picking the exact right host plant to hide it on. If the egg survives, it hatches into a larva, or caterpillar. Its singular biological purpose is to eat. Over 2 weeks, it rapidly expands its body mass through 5 stages of shedding its skin, known as instars. Being a slow-moving, rapidly expanding tube of protein makes the caterpillar a highly visible target for birds and other predators. To avoid being eaten, caterpillars use specific physical deterrents. Some species grow sharp, irritating spines all over their bodies to make themselves painful to swallow. Others rely on mimicry. This caterpillar disguises its rear end to look exactly like the head of a snake, tricking birds into backing away from a perceived predator. Some also deploy chemical defenses. When threatened, they push out a forked organ called anosmeterium that releases a foul-smelling odor to repel attackers. Reaching the next stage of development requires the larva to balance rapid growth with a constant array of deceptive and chemical defenses. Once the caterpillar reaches its full size, it anchors itself to a branch and sheds its skin to reveal a hard exoskeleton called a chrysalis. This is a distinct structure, different from the silken cocoons produced by moths. Inside that shell, the insect liquefies. It releases digestive juices that dissolve its internal organs and muscles into a nutrient-rich cellular soup. Only specific cell clusters survive this meltdown. They reorganize the liquid to build an entirely new anatomy: wings, a proboscis, and legs. This process is a total systemic overhaul. The insect destroys its old body to salvage the raw materials for a more complex form, risking its entire existence on a radical anatomical reconstruction. After about 2 weeks, the adult butterfly emerges. For most monarchs, this final stage is a sprint. They typically live for only 2 to 5 weeks, just enough time to mate and lay the next generation of eggs. But the monarchs born in late summer are different. They enter a state called reproductive diapause, pausing their ability to mate so they can focus all their energy on survival and long-distance flight. This map shows the relay. It takes 3 to 4 short-lived generations of monarchs to leapfrog their way north from Mexico into the United States and Canada during the spring and summer. The final leg falls to that one super generation. Storing fat from nectar, these butterflies live up to 9 months, flying the entire 3,000-mile route back south in a single trip. Navigating back to the exact grove of trees their ancestors left months earlier is a feat of inherited geographic memory and physical endurance that completes the survival gauntlet. Despite mastering these biological trials over millions of years, the eastern monarch population has declined by 80% in the last half-century due to human-caused habitat destruction. Their survival hinges on a specific diet. Because monarch caterpillars can only eat milkweed, the entire multi-generational relay fails if this single host plant disappears from the landscape. Humans can directly assist this cycle by planting native milkweed and participating in citizen science projects that track the health of the population. The monarch's journey shows that life can adapt to extreme natural challenges, but surviving the modern world requires us to ensure their life cycle remains a path forward rather than a dead end.